Hello everybody and welcome to the Learn Dota 2 League Season 16. Don't believe that damn ticket. Season 16, Week 3. Today, we've got the Gotham team, which is really going to be the Space Cowboy team today, I guess, because Gotham's not here. Taking on the Reedy team, who Reedy is here, but he's making Sabo pick for him anyway. And with me here, by special request of Giraffe, is Matty Boy. What's going on, Matty?
10 seconds remaining. Radiant team back. Dire team
That's
back.
not me.
Ah, crap. With me here, by special request of Giraffe, because Matty Boy is on vacation right now, is Otto von Bismarck. How's it going, Otto?
Dire team
All good, mate. All good.
Player I've talked about a lot over these, 4 seasons? I guess really 3 and change seasons. No, 4 and change seasons, isn't it? Because I was in season 12, but player I've talked a lot about, never really had on
10 seconds.
the call, never really talked to you all that much outside of that time I thought you were Katie in my Twitch chat.
5 seconds remaining.
British people.
Yeah, they're all the same, yeah. Windrunner and Void Spirit knocked out here on Gotham lineup, which is interesting. Targeting Reedy very early here with targeting J-Bay rather with these bans very early. Monstar's just getting rid of 2 very meta. Reedy team getting rid of 2 meta heroes in the Spirit Breaker and the Medusa, picking up the Jakiro. Jakiro seems to be making a comeback recently. For most of season 15 and the first couple of weeks of this season, you saw very little Jakiro, like maybe 1 pick every 2 weeks, like that low level, which is a big departure from like the literally every series Jakiro pick frequency that we're used to. But now it seems to be coming back a little bit, which is interesting.
Radiant team pick.
I'm gonna get the Venomancer in with him once the magic damage spam. Taking advantage of the fact that BKBs don't prevent that anymore.
Yeah, needs to see some purges coming out on the Radiant.
Yep. Yeah, you could definitely see that on the Underlord. Could even potentially see it on the Undying, I guess, if he's this game goes long enough and he's balling enough. Tristero Undying. I believe Tristero has played Undying literally every game so far this season, including the scrim I played against him.
Isn't Big Boy LaCroix the offlaner?
Yes, but he's playing Pitlord, not Undying. I'm saying Tristero playing Undying every match.
Sorry.
Yeah.
5
Sorry.
seconds remaining.
The Monkey King getting banned up next. Monkey King ban, pretty good idea actually. There's one hero that you just hate to see as Pit Lord. It's like you can kind of mess him up, but it's like he just screws up your lanes so bad. Literally all you can do to the guy is just drop Firestorm on the wave, walk away. It's definitely not a bad ban there. Also, a hero that Undying isn't very fond of seeing either, so. Ursa going down next. Man, they're really protecting. This is, I think this is smart gameplay from Space Cowboy, because he knows that really the linchpin of the Gotham team is going to be Big Boy LaCroix. Picks him at 8, and then just gets rid of everything he doesn't want to see right afterwards. Spitler going to be able to carry a game by himself, even with all this, kind of unlikely. It's just not what the hero does. But making sure Big Boy gets as good of a lane as possible, and making sure he gets as good of a game as possible, is, I think, as good of a possible strategy as a Gotham team can come out with. I'm sure you're experienced with this. You've played with, you had a season with Big Boy LaCroix. You went to finals with him, I believe.
Yeah, Big Boy's a good offlaner. Just need to let him thrive, let him do his thing.
Yep. This is a good setup with which to do it. Interesting ban strategy on the part of the Reedy lineup, who has now kind of switched to getting rid of some of the heroes that find Pit Lord more annoying to deal with. So they don't want, because they can't pick these guys themselves. They can't pick lean into Pit Lord. That's not a great idea. So they're just getting rid of a lot of these guys. Of course, also getting rid of the Space Cowboy Enigma, which has posed so many annoying problems for them in the past.
I'm assuming the Lena ban is for Kai, because you can put
More than
Kai
likely,
on
yeah.
5 Lena, and if the game goes 40 minutes, he's your P1.
Well, I mean, Kai's not even playing pause 5 in this game. He's playing either 1 or 2. So
5 seconds remaining.
I was under the impression that Space Cowboy was going to be Gotham's new mid.
I was under the impression that Gotham was staying mid, but I don't know. It wouldn't be the worst idea, but it might not be a terrible idea. I mean, I guess you could do Kai Pause 1 Space Cowboy 2, have Canada PMA stand in as a support. You could do that easily and get away with it. I think that's how I would arrange this particular version of this team. I wonder who's playing Bounty Hunter. It's a real mystery. Reedy is suddenly taking over captaining. Okay. I wonder who could possibly be playing. You use all of your expert insight to determine who you think Freudian slip, who you think Bounty Hunter might be being played by in this game.
I've seen the answer sheet. It's Giraffe.
Oh my god. No, it's gonna be
we're going Molsky, Jakiro, Saber, Venomancer.
Yeah.
Giraffe, Bounty Hunter.
That's actually a really nasty 3-and-under club. Pitlord can build around that, and Undying can help you with it, but that's like you don't come out of the box with that. Storm Spirit's interesting. Storm Spirit is going to need high execution factor this game. If you're screwing up with Storm Spirit, if you're landing someplace you shouldn't, or if you run out of mana at an awkward time, you're just going to die in half-second flat. Good news is, if your game sense is good here, if you're keeping your eye on the ball, so to speak, then none of these three can do anything to you. But you do not have a lot of margin for error in this game. Like, you can definitely just land on an ice path as Storm Spirit in this game, and then just die before you're out of it, basically. CM coming up next. Interesting.
It's a pretty good AM game for Dire.
Yeah, I think I'd agree with that. You do have the issue that you're losing a lot of your damage to the Pit Lord, but I mean, if you're going to narrow it down to the pause ones that don't care about the Pit Lord passive, then you're not going to have too many guys left. So, to that end, yeah, this is... I would pick it now, to be honest. I don't think I would give it... It seems like a very much of a slam dunk here. And it goes pretty well with the other guys in the lineup as well. Like, the Venomancer and the Jakiro being able to put out so much magic damage is going to mean that Pitlord is not going to have the luxury of just building all about you in this particular game. He's not going to be able to just pick up the halberd, pick up, whatever he wants to get rid of you this game, because if he does, then everybody's just going to die in 2 seconds every time these two guys hit their R buttons. So...
yeah, the other option would be Slark or Jug. Both do pretty well into this lineup as well.
Jug would be pretty good. I think Slark could have some issues with all of the crap that they have that can just ignore his ult. Bitlord can put crap on your head during your ult. I think Storm Spear Q still explodes, not like that does much CM ult. Gonna go with Morphling instead, which is interesting because my understanding of the situation is that Morphling is ridiculously good in games where there's a universal hero to copy, which there are none of in this game. I think Venom might be one actually, but that's it.
5 seconds remaining.
Just an interesting decision to go with there. There's going to be a soft ban for a lot of heroes, like if Gotham team wants to bring out a strong, big stats boy last up here, they really don't have that option anymore. But then most of those guys will be pause 2 and 3, and those have already been picked, so I don't know. Maybe Reedy's got some kind of 5-year plan going on. Oh, by the way, I just want you to know while we're waiting for this ban to come out, there was a reference made by... I was casting with Godlike Matt last game, and not only did he on multiple occasions call you a serial griefer, he also did make some underlying implications that Germany would have been better off if the Habsburgs united it. Just saying, just throwing that out there.
Well, Matt isn't very well educated, so I take what he says with a grain of salt.
Damn. Hey, you don't know that. Matt could have a master's degree in something.
18 or 19, there's no chance. No chance.
I mean, he could have just been accelerated through school, you know? What if he was...
some of his Dota decisions.
What if he was so brilliant that he graduated from school at the age of 14? from high school, and he's done with university already. He's already got a nice degree. Already got a Slark ban, so it's not coming out for you anymore. I mean, not like that
I
was
don't
the
think
team to pick up
Slark
anyway.
is good into the Dire lineup anyway, to be honest.
10 seconds remaining.
I don't really think there is a good pick at the moment for Radiant VP1. The only thing I can think of is if you try and end early, but you'd want to pick Drow, and you've already banned the Drow yourself. So,
Ooh. What would I do here? I mean, so much of this game's going to come down to execution factor. No LC, that's interesting. So much of this game's going to come down to the execution factor.
you can go PL on Radiant. You can purge almost all the stuff with Doppel Warp.
Yeah.
Whatever.
Yeah, PL wouldn't be a bad idea. I do worry a little bit about morphing into PL, about what the catastrophic effects of that could be, but...
You don't get
5 seconds.
the clones. You only get Doppel. And
That's true,
Salamence.
but you get a load of stats off the boy.
Dire team pick.
They're going with the anti-mage here, okay. It's still okay, but I like it a lot less than its hypothetical
He's
placement there.
terrible lane.
Yeah, his lane's gonna be
Man's just
Meepo.
spitting on you. Yeah.
Yeah, his lane's not gonna be a very happy place to be, but I think as the game rolls on, it shouldn't be like the end of the world for him. Meepo's kind of bad for him to be running
This
into.
one, just judge on the drafts. If Dire execute properly, this is a 25 to 30 minute game.
Yeah, potentially. In particular,
It's a
the
hard
the
game for that
Meepo
AM.
pick, the Meepo pick at the end there, I think actually does quite a lot for them, which is not the best thing in the world. Again, Bitlord can kind of buy one item and put this guy into the position where he needs to, like, he's not going to do anything till 25, which is the nice upside. But like, Pitlord has a lot on his plate this game as far as itemization goes. There's going to be a lot of pressure on the guy. If Pitlord doesn't build this right, they have actually no chance this game. His itemization requirements are going to be huge. Storm Spirit's like actual execution factor is going to be huge. And Anti-Mage's not dying a bunch of times in lane factor is also going to be pretty big. Interestingly, they're actually going the opposite of what you might expect. They actually put Molsky on the Venom, and they put Sabo on the Jakiro. Which is interesting, which means that Anti-Mage is going to be laning against Jakiro rather than Veno. Most likely, anyway. I mean, they could roll swap, I guess, but Sabo is their 4 traditionally. Yellow Crayon is their 5, who's not here today.
I was under the impression that Molsky was a bit of a Jakiro expert.
I was also under that impression. I'm not really sure why they decided to make this switch. Really trying to think. It's like, this is one of these situations where it's like, you can make the Meepo do no damage, but I think it's really hard to kill him, though. You just kind of just keep you stun locked as long as he wants, and just be okay with it. The good news is Tristero hates life. Sure, a lot of people from your past in particular in this game, which I didn't even really think about. You know, a lot of them are being stood in for, don't get me wrong. But, you know, we've got Tristero, he was on your Season 12 team. You've got G-Raf from your Season 13 lineup. I believe you're associated closely in public consciousness with this Gotham fellow.
I do have a lot of games with Gotham.
Big Boy LaCroix, also from your Birds Aren't Real team. Kai, Mr. I Won't Stand In for carry for your team. Ooh, J-Bay with a little call-out post.
See, I really don't have much hope for Radiant. I think J-Bay is probably one of the best players in the league. Certainly one of the best core players. So if this Meepo is one of his like best played heroes against Storm Spirit,
Well, it is bronze tier.
He might not have Dota Plus.
Yeah, he might not have Dota Plus, so it might not mean anything. It's a very deceptive coloration. I guess we can look at the score. Oh, that doesn't tell you when they're not actually okay. Does not tell you in these games. He just missed the poof on the first creep. And a pause. Oh god, he's on a USB hub. Oh man, I hated playing Dota on a USB hub. Oh god. Well, with that being said, it's time for everybody's favorite part of the cast, the part where Anti-Mage gets sneezed on. They did roll switch here. Molsky is going pause 4. That's interesting. For the Gotham lineup, which is really the Space Cowboy lineup right now, but never mind. Pause 1, you've got Kai on the Anti-Mage. Pause 2, you've got Space Cowboy on the Storm Spirit. Pause 3, Big Boy LaCroix on the Pit Lord. Pause 4, Tristero is also swapped out lanes here. Tristero on the Undying, just to make this a really annoying lane. And pause 5, oh, Kai is denied, okay. Pause 5, you got Canada PMA, who is apparently Barrel's wife. So that's good. How long they been married? Alright, so on the other team, pause 1, captain of the team, Reedy on the Morphling. Pause 2, you've got J-Bay on the Meepo here. Pause 3, you've got G-Raff, who is sponsored by Ostentatious. Just makes me think of the Sillinger Service commercial. On the Bounty Hunter here, well, Molsky just gets shredded. Molsky might be getting deaded, actually. Ooh, it's so close. My kingdom for a blood grenade. My blood grenade for a landed blood grenade. Anyway. Or maybe that was the other team's blood grenade, actually. I don't know. But,
turned out pretty well for Dire.
Yeah. First blood for Giraffe. On that signature bounty.
Baited in by that low health Molsky.
Yep. Pause 4, currently walking back to spawn, and not first blood, is Molsky. One up Molsky, but he's New York Molsky one up now. Which is a big shame. And pause 5, okay. I was like, oh no, Morphling's gonna die. No, he's just morphing Agi. Pause 5, we've got Sabo. Mr. 305 on the Jakiro. Usually pause 4 for this team. Maybe they're switching. Or maybe I just have the memory of a goldfish. It's hard to tell, really. Nice encounter at the Lotus Pool here. Hard to tell, really. How do you think Kai got his Riot Games sponsorship?
He probably just typed it into his eSport profile.
Oh, yeah, that explains it. Yeah, and then Riot actually had to contractually just... They were just contractually obligated to come in and do it. Storm Spirit. Awkward little position here is just gonna go down.
It's the power of Meepo.
Yep. In, non-pro games, this is your top win rate hero. Even stronger than the Medusa right now, which is kind of crazy. Which...
Is it his shard where he, like, digs into the floor?
Yeah, it's his shard where he does that, and then his new Ags is the Leaning Tower of Meepo, which is always funny. If not always necessarily practical, it is funny. But yeah, Meepo, very strong hero right now. This is a pretty good lane for him. It's kind of hard to tell what Storm Spirit's going to do. Which is just good news for Meepo. I mean, one of the things I was talking about is Big Boy LaCroix can make it very hard for this guy to, like, do anything, even if he doesn't have any real kill power himself. But if Meepo just, like, kind of dominates out this lane, that's not going to matter at all. Morphling's got a Wraith Band and a Fat Magic Wand. That's all this man needs. Oh, Kyan, oh, good use of the Lotus there. But, oh man, oh my god, 30 HP! No luck for Giraffe here, ouch. Somehow, while this was happening, we'll take another look at this, if this fight wraps up soon. Okay, while that was happening, we had a spill in the part of Meepo here mid. Interesting to see how this came out. Oh, he
Too
just...
greedy. Too greedy.
Yeah, I don't think he was really watching his secondary Meepo's health there, which is sort of unfortunate for him.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
You know, secondary Meepos, they do not get the benefits of the old inventory. Maybe he got it backwards. Maybe he was like, oh, I'll just save this guy with the ferret. Wait, no. Could always happen. These things happen. Better here than TI, that's what I always say. Okay. While we were watching this, guy just got under to zeroed. Did he just walk back to lane without, like, actually healing himself at all? This kind of looks like he just walked back to lane without healing at all.
I mean, the AM pick after the Morphlin feels even worse because you can just replicate the Underlord, and then you got this massive pit that the AM's not going to be able to get out of, on top of the Meepo roots.
Yeah.
This feels like a really hard AM game.
The good news is that BKB does cure that. You're going to be very much a slave to the BKB this game. Yeah. Yeah, you don't want to buy a BKB as AM, but let's just, you know, you like realpolitik. Let's talk realpolitik for a second. There is absolutely no way this guy, like, can exist if he doesn't. Look at what he's facing.
Storm's no man.
Not the most ideal situation.
To be honest.
I don't think they necessarily realized that he was dry there. I don't think JB wanted to interrupt his jungling experience to get it done. He is top of the board for net worth. Space Cowboy is actually hanging on. I thought this lane would be a little worse for him, but that kill that he got there really helped him turn it around quite a bit. Ooh. They're very low HP here. Reedy going for the kill. He has to go all in on the strength.
Deny yourself,
Yep.
deny yourself. Oh.
Nope. Not today. This is why you didn't bracket in Season 12. Of course, Big Boy LaCroix still gets to just roll the roost in this lane with neither of these guys really feasibly being able to kill him at this point. Going all in on that Pit Lord Gaming, which has so far been playing dividends, even though Kai has been having a completely terrible lane. Because of the Pit Lord Gaming, Reedy is doing no better than him at the moment, has the same amount of last hits. Does have the kill, which is good. It is something Anti-Mage doesn't have, but overall, it's definitely a lot more equal than you would think these two lanes would be, considering it's been kind of hell on earth for Anti-Mage, but pretty slow and steady for Reedy. Meepo Beta, going to get the double damage rune. Gonna take it right to the jungle. Flap some birds around. You know, I was under the impression that birds aren't real, but there's one right there. I mean, it's a dead body of one, but... And any comment on that?
I wasn't paying attention.
Well, he was doing one of the stupid bird camps, and I said, I was under the impression that birds weren't real, but I'm looking at one right now. Care to explain this?
They're just government drones.
Oh, this Wild Wing Ripper is a government drone? Which government?
Yep.
The Radiant?
Die government.
Oh, he's in the Radiant's base, but he's like a dire plant. Oh. Let's put a whole new spin on things here. You have to bring the terrible conspiracy theory theme back for another season after that. Big Boy LaCroix getting very forward with how he's playing this. Stero, without the tombstone, not really able to help him out here at all, but that's just fine, because Reedy's going to back off anyway. Meepo's still going to town on jungle camps here. He's just having the time of his life. Look at the net worth chart. He is actually in third place here. But
I was going to say that Anti-Mage last hit's going to be not really that value, because he's spending a lot of time in those small camps below his tower.
Yeah, that's true.
He can't even farm them properly.
Even though the Anti-Mage has more last hits than Reedy, the actual net worth disparity is about 500 gold. Rotation here is going to start out. Big Boy LaCroix just going a little too deep, getting fried by Sabo. Followed up on by Mapo.
Getting around there.
Yep. Double
It's a
kill.
very rich Jakiro. Jakiro is richer than the Morphin that he's supporting.
Okay, what? How did this happen? You gotta check this out here. Oh, Space Cowboy goes for his own gank at the bot lane, which is slightly less successful. Anti-Mage almost gets to deny out here, but doesn't quite. This is not how you want this game to start as the Radiant by any means. Big Boy's at least gonna make a show of himself coming back in.
Like the AM is currently below both supports. It's just ahead of the banner now.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
The good news is that Reedy is also under Jakiro somehow. Okay, a lot of 100 to 0s happening. It's very much a bloodbath and very much not a bloodbath for the Radiant, and they are the, okay, nope, never mind. Oh my god.
Vision.
30 HP! Oh no, T-Rap
Oh,
reveals himself for no
So he
reason.
just killed himself.
Yeah, that was weird.
No mana on the storm.
Pit Lord Express coming through. Gonna walk right over to this Jakir, or to this Meepo rather. And is
Dead Meepo.
gonna kill him, yeah.
You really hope. 3v1. Yeah, he's down.
That was a pretty big kill.
Dire's
Gold
Space
changes
Raiders.
gold changes hands on both teams. The real benefactor from this entire fight, which is predominantly a stalemate, is Reedy, who got to free farm the entire time with nobody even thinking about him. And has, as such, made the very impressive move of pulling back in front of Jakiro. Net worth-wise, Canada PMA, definitely getting a little over-ambitious with the positioning there. Something that's definitely going to be a major factor in this game that's going to start very soon. It's going to be very dangerous to be a squishy person solo against this lineup. Like, these two traveling together, just to the Bounty Hunter and the Venomancer, can just kind of kill everybody. Anybody they want. All you need is a little bit of smoke and the magic can happen. Reedy's got an
It's
IS
just a
cutting.
skill build on the Venom. He's maxed the passive rather than the spit.
Yeah, that's true.
bottom tower is under attack.
Man wants to get his big slow, I guess. Slow's the same all levels on the spit. Which I guess stands to reason. It is very frustrating for Anti-Mage when the only way you're really reliably able to move around is from your blink. And it has been also kind of hell on earth for the poor, slow CM as well.
Under attack.
So it's unorthodox. I can't say it hasn't been working out at the very least. No, Pitlar's Courier! No, it's fine. JB doesn't take civilian casualties. JB becomes casualties is actually what he does. Another death for Meepo.
I think the storm is still dead. He's got no mana. Beast
Yeah,
is
more than
there
likely.
chasing him down.
Oh, I was gonna say,
Radiant's middle tower
well,
is under attack.
it's still kind of fine. Getting rid of the Meepo in a game like this is a pretty big objective. They lost a lot to do it, but at the very least, they got him. Which is pretty good. And they got some other side things, like they got space for Kai, they got a courier. So it's not the most disastrous thing in the world, especially when you're 10 kills down. We're not going to get a fight report,
Giraffe
though.
is very rich. He's a rich
Yep.
man.
I mean, he's a bounty hunter with 4 kills, he better be a rich man. It's a nuclear engineer or something. This is an easy way to lose that money, though. This is very overambitious.
Bit of a feed.
Molsky popping out his head as well. Oh, tries to TP, but Storm Spirit's already here. It's too late. Youch. Okay, the fight report from the Meepo fight earlier only just now came in. That's very interesting.
Radiant's middle tower is
Hopefully this one loads a little faster. I wanted to see how much money changed hands on that. So it was a top net worth in the server, and that went directly into the pocket of the second place net worth. JB now with baiting up a bunch of creeps. Big Boy LaCroix just took the Pit Lord Express out to mid just because he didn't like the idea of Jakiro solo pushing it. Can't blame him, I wouldn't like that idea either. Kai getting chased around his own jungle by this bounty hunter again. Which bounty hunter does not really have a great realistic ability to kill him, but bounty hunter has a great realistic ability to just follow him around all the time and make it really annoying for him to get any farm. Because if Anti-Mage stays and he ignores the bounty hunter, of course he's going to die. Like this. Like, he just stays, he ignores the bounty hunter. Loses, like, 2/3 of his health, doesn't get to finish his camp, has to go home.
Yeah, Giraffe can just spend his next 15 minutes, or not even 15 minutes, but the next 5-6 minutes just keeping the AM from farming. Let
Yeah,
Reedy and JB catch up, and it's going to be a 4v5
it's not even
game.
necessarily like they need to catch up. Here's the 1v1 between Anti-Mage and Morphling. Morphling wins. Anti-Mage TP'd here to do that. Fascinating. Alright. Oh no, Storm Spirit just... Well, you remember what I said earlier about that one mistake? Storm Spirit's gas tank runs empty right in front of Meepo, and then his life runs empty.
I almost think it's a bit greedy of the bounty hunter going for the Deso. If he'd gone for an early mech, GG boots, I don't know, I feel like it would be almost impossible for the Radiant to fight into them.
I mean, in fairness, it's already more or less impossible for the Radiant to fight into them as it stands, given what just happened there.
Yeah, true.
The status quo already favors the bounty hunter.
Blink dagger up on the Meepo.
Do you think Jerry D. Bayless is actually J-Bay's real name? Certainly explain the J-Baying. No opinion. All right, moving on.
No opinion on that. No, I don't know if that's a real person.
J-Bay, you ain't real, bro. Sorry.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack. Radiant's middle tower has fallen.
He is really gonna try and go over the Pit Lord. Wrong target. Meepo trying to go after
They
Pit
just need
Lord
a
here.
pipe
but
up on
just,
this dire team, and the Meepo will be invincible.
Yep.
All that magic damage going into him.
Problem is that okay. I was gonna say the guy's doing no damage at all. They did take so long to kill him that they got the damage out anyway.
I think the Storm's gonna get out just because the Dire forgot about him.
That's that. And indeed, the Dire did forget. But he has to stay up here for 15 seconds. Oh no.
Oh,
Never mind. Reedy
that night
cares
vision?
not. I guess not.
the bird's trying to show him.
Yeah. What bird? I thought birds were real! Always with these contradictions, Otto. Always with these contradictions.
It be how it be.
Guess what Anti-Mage is going through right now. They're gonna call in the troops to come get this guy to go away, but if this is what Pit Lord has been reduced to, then this is not a winning formula for your game. This is not Big Boy LaCroix is sitting there being like, damn it, I wish I didn't have to do this.
Jakiro buying a mech. Is that what Jakiro's doing?
It is Jakiro buying a mech. Jakiro doesn't have anything queued.
Oh.
It is impossible to know what motivations Jakiro has.
Hype up for Underlord.
Yep. It's going to actually soak up a lot of this
CM
damage,
dying.
but CM is not going to be very good at soaking up damage, especially when the Pit Lord's not actually around. Hit your pipe now, brother. Oh, he did. Never mind. It's just they got so much magic damage that the Storm Spirit still just kind of died. And again, I hate to repeat myself,
Under attack.
but that's just another example of Storm Spirit has no margin of error. Like, he had one frame, basically, of opening, and that one frame of opening just turned into his death. Just like that. Reedy putting the capital G in his name, going for the butterfly here. But if even Big Boy LaCroix is just falling apart at this point, it's kind of hard to see what the future of this game is.
Radiant's top
Well, what the future of his team is. The future of this game seems to be Reedy wins.
fallen.
3,666 gold changes hands. Bounty Hunter takes the lion's share. His Deso is in 8 damage already on his Deso. Building something that involves a Ring of Health. Maybe this is that pipe you wanted. It's his pipe! Otto, he heard you!
Oh, is that on Jakiro?
No, it's on Bounty.
Bounty Hunter.
Yep, Bounty pipe. Here it
They should
comes.
be trying to steal this Tormentor. They're all up there. They can just take the Radiant Tormentor.
Guess you're gonna look at their room before they try.
Even the Liquid Frost is pretty good for taking the towers, and that's what they want to be doing now.
Yep. Or alternatively, they could get the latent toxicity and
That
make
guy
the,
died instantly. Wow.
Yeah, in the time it took me to look at the name of the shard there, he already died. Well, this is mean. Yeah, the latent toxicity would also be good, and that's your 2 options here. If they do build purges, then you can bet it's more likely than not purges are coming out.
You just be careful on Reedy. There's not got much mana. No stick charges either.
Good punishment
Are
for
they
it.
gonna do the Tormentor? Nah, they don't care about their supports.
Yeah, they're gonna give Molsky the Wisdom Rune. Now they're gonna wait for JB because Morphling is almost out of HP and mana. Just make him do it instead and have Meepo Gamma here just die. Big response coming out for this. He actually had to run up to the Tormentor anyway just to make sure they got it. JB gonna die. They're gonna get Tristero, but big double for Space Cowboy. And see him die some poison off screen, sad.
Could have done with that Pipe of Insight there.
Well, she probably had the Pipe of Insight on, actually. It's a lot of magic damage, even with the pipe. A lot it has to get through. Anti-Mage was free farming during that time, but Anti-Mage is still lower than the Jakiro at this point. It's kind of hard to say this guy's ever going to mean anything at this point. If he gets a lot of space and a lot of time, hypothetically, like if he doesn't just explode whenever Bounty Hunter looks at him funny, if that time ever arrives, then Anti-Mage can definitely do something in this game. But it's kind of a hard sell at this point to get there. Meeting of the minds here in the jungle as Tristero and Giraffe run into each other, 2 Otto von Bismarck team survivors. Tristero has himself a mech, he's going for the Greaves here. But now the only Greaves are his family members grieving for him, as Bounty Hunter just puts them away with no real effort.
That's very brave of him as well. He got tracked and continued walking where he was going.
Yeah, I mean, you're already dead, right?
He was just committed to like trying to put a ward down, I guess.
Yeah.
Didn't even manage it.
Yeah, it's very sad. It's very interesting. It's like, it doesn't seem like maybe Space Cowboy is just not all that familiar with Giraffe / Thebetus, but like, yeah, it is interesting. Oh no, did I?
Almost everyone on the
Well, this is odd.
rich, yeah.
Appears my headphones have temporarily given out. So we're about to have a part 2 of this game.